Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Now, today's session is actually a very special one, and in this session, we'll talk about um, the certifications, uh, actual work experience, the expectation versus the reality. Because you all have one expectations that somehow if we able to get certified, or maybe if somehow you able to uh, get bit theoretical knowledge, you will be able to crack interviews, or you'll be able to get different job positions, or maybe whatnot. We'll be coming to all that. Now, first thing I will ask that go ahead and ask whatever question you have in your mind. Simply go ahead in the comment section and comment below, and I will be, of course, I'll be answering all of them. And second one is that from where you're joining, your city or country, feel free to let us know. It make me like more conscious from which country people are, viewing my videos, and that will be really great. Okay, now let's get started. I know it takes few minutes for people to join, so just we'll give 1 minute buffer time so that everyone can join. And do let me know if you can hear me properly, is my voice is clear and everything. Just to be double sure. Hopefully you're able to hear me. Okay. Okay. Looks like all looking good. Okay. Now let's get the session started. So first thing is the certifications. Now, what happening these days? I will tell you the backstory, like why I'm making this session. I mean, uh, I was of course busy in a lot of work these days. This not days, months, and I'm less active in social media. Uh, but to be sure, see what happening current days. You see in different Facebook groups or even LinkedIn groups or maybe your LinkedIn inbox messaging, people are approaching you for certification now, and it's kind of a hack. Not always a hack, it's a fraud. So people will get like give you exam in behalf of you and will get certified. That's so bad, I will never suggest. Okay, now what happening due to that, people confidence on certification, like not people, I will say that employers, or maybe suppose someone has a very good confidence previously that okay, certified people have really good experience and snap, we will give them opportunity, but not now these days. These days these are a bit different. What kind of difference you'll see? The thing is that it's not just about the certification anymore. You will have to go through a very detailed weighted process, or say very detailed interview process, and not going to be easy. I'll be coming to all that, why it's happening and how you can crack all that. I'll be coming to there. But my first warning to every single person watching this video, that don't ever go for such kind of certification trick, because ultimately it will never bring you money. It will be loss of money indeed, and it will be a disaster for your career. Yes. Now the first step, that certification really helps or not. I mean, that's the pretty basic question everyone have in their mind. Expectation are that if I get certified, I will snap. Like I will get a interview maybe within next week, or I will get a $1 million. Or now I'll be coming to that. This expectation are set by the certification training companies. Now, what are these training companies? I will not take any particular name, but in general, whoever providing paid training, of course, the free ones never approach that way. Basically, who are paying the paid training could be one individual person and could be companies, many companies. They are promoting it just so because you will have a fake view of what will be the situation after certification, so that you will get a $1 million job, even like from like they're claiming from anywhere in the world. And that never happens. Not even your dream. You might dream about it, but in the reality it never happens. Yeah, it could happen if you're in the US, or particular say in London or those kind of things. But if you're, see, geological things matter, then of course if you work on a remote position, then also matter, but it's not that easy. Okay, nobody will give you $1 million job or even nearest to that just because you have certification. And think about it, if you go to certification directories, if you like create layers, and there are, I think, a lot of site where if you go and see, there's a unending or say never ending list of the people who are certified. So If you think that okay, I get certified and I will get job, that's if someone promising you that, that's bad, or maybe they have some kind of tie-ups, but that's not gonna be a very solid job. Just that maybe just IWAS, just so that you get paid training for $1,000, $2,000, or whatever. So their packages monthly or yearly it is, just to get that. Okay, is that meaning that I am discouraging? No. What I'm trying to say, take certification as a matter of learning. Of course, there are a lot of good side. I will again not take any particular name here, but there are a lot of certifications and training sites. You can go, you can register, and there are many, like say WizLab. They're offering the courses for so cheap. So I like them. They're cheap and they don't actually mention okay, we'll get salary like this or that. I don't see them. They're explaining. I mean, they're claiming like that. Now, what I'm coming here is that it's a fake narrative created by the certification training companies that you will get a very huge amount of salary after getting certified. That's the expectation part. They build the expectation from a candidate. In the reality, you will not. It's not like that. In the reality, okay, certification might help you to get the interview. So it's kind of a gate. Okay, so that you get like there is a minimum requirement. So this level, or say around solution architect associate. So for example, AWS. If for the particular cloud architect position, cloud solution architect position for AWS, they need at least a AWS solution architect associate or a AWS solution architect professional certification. That's the minimum cap they're setting. Okay, but that too, if you have really great experience in AWS, they might just keep it. Okay, now what happened after that? They will be not even asking you to just give the certificate or show them the certificate. They never do that. They will simply start asking questions. I'll be coming to the questions now. What they will see, that are you able to answer the questions, are you able to explain the solution in your mind, like what you're thinking, are you able to explain yourself, or is it really like truth or whatever it is. Okay, and the question, what kind of question they will ask, that's another important part. Now the question they will ask around the base, I mean, just they will start from the basics. So what are the kind of type of instances you can going to use for normal applications or web application, or say AI application model building, this kind of question they will ask basic. Then they will ask the question about okay, VPC, networking, that's very important. BGP, some cases if you are a solution architect kind of position, they will be asked about question about the BGP and this complex networking part. Then say sometime, not sometime, I will say these days, I 70 to 80% time I've observed while giving interviews, they are asking about the security also, like IAM, there is encryption, KMS. As see, I'm giving one AWS interviews, right? So that's why maybe I'm biased towards this kind of scenarios. But again, it's just examples. And what are the other things? They will ask you about past experiences. Now you don't have to explain what you exactly did for your past client or past employer, just a vague view of like a overview of what you did, and what you did is useful for them or not. Okay, if it's useful for them, they will of course excited to have you in their team. If not, they will look for other things to hire you. They're not looking things to reject you, but since they are putting their efforts, putting their money, putting their all, like interview process is a very complicated process, fairly complicated. They're hiring the recruiters, they're doing advertisement in different social media, different newspaper, and why not, and then a different site, and this site also charges them fortune. Okay, and then they're putting so much marketing efforts just to hire you guys. Okay, as a cloud solution architect, maybe DevOps engineer, maybe programmer, whatever it is. So it's not just certification, not just article, not just documentation. It's what you, in the reality, what you're able to present in an interview. That what matter the most. Doesn't matter you are have 100 certification or 1,000 certification. I don't care. A normal recruiter doesn't care. A kind of the technical manager, hiring manager don't care. The company CEO doesn't care. Okay, what they care about, can you solve that problem? If you can, they will of course hire you. If you cannot, they will look for the resources. That's what the reality is. So that's about the certification expectation as reality. expectation you will get $1 million or maybe very high amount job. It's not that. You need, of course, the knowledge in the particular domain that you're certified or you are wanted to get a job in. Then in that particular position, how many years of experience you have, what are the accomplishment that you have achieved, some kind of solid evidence for that also. What kind of experiences you have, what kind of other domain knowledge you have. So all that matters while you get a very good offer from a company or any client. Okay. So, or maybe you put a, say, whatever working rates. I put $100 working rate. I have to explain, or not just explain, I have to show them that the value I can bring in their company. That I have to show them. Then only they will hire me for that amount of money. Otherwise, they will not, right? So this is one thing. Now, what other things matter while getting a really great opportunity or really awesome opportunity? It's again not just theoretical knowledge, not the article knowledge. Not, I mean, those are required. But it's a combo of that plus a lot of other stuff. Now I'm coming to that other stuff. You understand the basic certification part. What I'm trying to cover is that not certificate, no certification, and not enough. It kind of a gate pass for you so that you will accept it in the interview, and you can show them your knowledge, experience. That is not guaranteed a key to get a high job salary. I mean, high salary job. Okay. Okay. So that's one part. Now, what are the other things that matter to get a really great position or a job? I will say out of that, first will be the your experience. So, what are the kind of experience? For example, I will give you, if you're just certified, okay, and if you just maybe read an article, just the basic overview of DynamoDB, for example. Now, suddenly you get a job of maybe a task to delete all the records or empty it or maybe update multi records. Okay. And maybe they might ask you, like, do you know it? You have to, like, if you don't have any idea, you cannot jump into direct solution. You have to do R&D. You have to do a lot of research. Maybe it will take you 2-3 days, maybe 1 week, based on the complexity of the matter. Now that knowledge, if you try to get from any documentation, that also will take you time. It's not that easy. But if you had experience, like once you had some hands-on, suppose you tried the use case of creating a record, you tried the use case of deleting a record or updating multiple records, with like actual hands-on, you would have been able to do that task in maybe 1 or 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, or maybe maximum in a day. You could have done that. But since you have not done the practical part or the hands-on part in general, you would not be able to. Similar way, in an interview, okay, in technical interviews, what happens? Suppose you are applying for a AWS developer position, okay, or maybe DevOps position, not solution agree. So DevOps or developer position, and they give you a MongoDB CRUD task, okay. Then also, if you just have the theoretical knowledge of the particular DynamoDB, or say even S3, for example, they want you to do multiple upload or kind of mass uploading, the accelerated uploading, downloading. So all these kind of things require some practical knowledge. And maybe they ask you to like have some intelligent tidying, or maybe they ask you to do it via Terraform, not just normally, or maybe some Python Moto 3. Again, based on the domain that you're applying from, the question, format of the question, the way you have to give the solution will be different. There are a lot of ways. You can upload a file from manually, you can upload a file via say SDK in any programming language in S3. You can upload a file via Terraform, you can upload a file via Ansible. So uploading a file in a S3 can have hundreds of ways. Okay. So the moment they ask you, it's again you have to think about a scenario. What the solution they already have, maybe what solution they wanted to have, the requirements analysis. So it's not just a theoretical part. You should have the practical hands-on, the requirement analyzing power, and of course sealing the requirement. Otherwise, they ask you to like it may be one file at a time, but next day they ask you about multiple file at a time. Next day they ask you give the preview of the file before uploading. So those are the requirement key changes. You have to log the requirement, or maybe you have to put some condition. If you change the requirement, the time limit, or say the expected time, will become higher. So those are the things very important. So it's not just about the theoretical part or some vague or some overview idea. You need to have practical part as well, hands-on requirement analysis power, and actually trying out things, that capability of trying out things, and know that what are the ways possible. So mainly, for example, in cloud or DevOps in general, you'll find out there are multiple ways, but in general, the popular ways are using either set scripting, or maybe one backend programming language, or maybe using any you can say the top level tools. Okay, could be Jenkins, could be Ansible. Based on different scenario, you can select that. Now, what I'm saying here is that you need to have the overview of knowledge, like what are the things available that you can utilize. That is also very important. Now, other stuff, if we talk about that, in this, in very common scenario, people think that okay, they're suppose they are going for an interview, for technical interview. Okay, they think they will have a lot of time, but in reality, they will give you 10, maybe 15 or 20 minutes maximum, and they will give you a say 10 questions or 20 questions, which is actually impossible in general. But what they want to see is the procedure coding, that you have the idea what can be done. Even if you don't know the exact syntaxes, if you tell them okay, this is how it should be done, just draw it, write it down, or show them in code, somehow explain it. If you can do that, you will be still in a better position than the rest. Okay. Now, other things to be very good at is the time management. Now, what you learned in different training centers or here and there, you have to do a job, you will have a lot of time. But in reality, that's the expectation, that you will have time. But in reality, there will be people, say project manager or say CEO, they will say that okay, do study your time, but the priorities change. The priorities change, or maybe they want is to done to be faster. So you still have a time limit. It's not like unlimited time. So you have to do it in a limited time and do it faster, and so that any problem happens later on, you should have the enough time to fix it. You can just not wait for the deadline to appear and boom, that's a big problem, which I never suggest. Okay, in past I have to face that, but then I understood okay how it could end. If suppose you have total 30 days, try to complete the task within 15 or 20 days. If you have 5 days, try to complete the task in 3 or 2 days, so that in the rest of the days you can improve it further. The quality part you can improvement, or any feedback. If you need anyone to have feedback, you get the feedback loop and improve it. So you have to do the task management or the time management very well. Otherwise, it will be a bigger problem. Okay, so that's one. The task managing and the time management. What are the other things that is required? That is about your thought process, because in programming or be cloud or the DevOps, it's not kind of it's just a thinking process. Okay, the harder you think, the better you think, or the best way you can provide a solution is the better one. Now, what are the ways you can there are now there's a very common stuff, or common like people think, or let's say the expectation in a DevOps job, you will be only working on say either Terraform or Jenkins, or maybe in a cloud job you will be working on a cloud. No, in reality it's far different than your expectation. What's in the reality? In the reality, they will give you a task and say, or say a functionality or a particular goal, and you have to do whatever it takes to run that goal or run the job. It's not just one particular thing. Suppose they are asking you to, for example, in Terraform, add a serverless cluster, for example. Okay, now that serverless is like that is not the only thing. Okay, you have to add the IAM permission for that. You have to write the one say testing case to interact with the DB to make sure it's working fine. You need to make sure the VPCs are created if not already there. You should not use the default VPC to host it. So then you should have the subnet mapping, you should have the CIDR of course map while you're doing the subnets. So all these are required. Now if you're not have no idea what I'm talking about, it's fine. If you're in the cloud domain, AWS, you will be able to get it. Otherwise, just think that it's some job that required a lot of things other than one particular part. Okay, it's not just one task, it might be multiple tasks to get that particular one task done. That is also could be the case. You have to prepare for that also. Now, in general, there are different depending on based on the roles, the responsibilities are different. That particular to if you're in the DevOps field, it's that's another beast. So what are the things you have to do as a DevOps engineer? I have seen so far. Okay, you have to do programming. You have to be really great at it. Okay, I'm saying at least not just zero level or basic level, at least mid or expert level. Okay, below that it will be very tough for you. And then you should have shell scripting, like you are breathing shell scripting or breathing Linux. Okay, because most of the cases I've seen, Linux and shell scripting are hugely getting utilized. No matter what are the project I have done so far in the last say 8 9 years in the DevOps field I'm in, it's always shell scripting. Okay, that's the base of it. Okay, no matter what you do. Then what is the other stuff? Then then another thing is that automation part. I mean, see, the shell scripting and the programming, why it's required to do a lot of automation stuff. The things you do manually, you have to, like, that takes time to do one by one, right? No matter you do and other people do. And also the problem is that humans are prone to error. I mean, if suppose I did something today and the same task I had to ask around, say, 5 6 months later on, I will definitely forget. Either I have, it will take some time, or I will make some errors to again remind what I did. But what if you have automated the task? Like, what are the script you run? You create a shell scripting, or whatever the complex queries or tasks you did, you make a uh, Python script of that, or maybe other programming language, whatever script you made. Then you don't have to actually remember what you did. You just know the script is there. You just simply done it. Or maybe you want to modify later on based on the requirement change. You still cannot do, and that's easier than actually doing from the scratch, isn't it? So think about that case. Okay, why is different expectations are like it will be only one job. Oh, I'm joining the DevOps engineer, I'll be doing only kind of, deployment or CI/CD. Or maybe I'm joining as DevOps engineer, I'll be doing only uh, kind of, operations, like common deployment operations or some small operations. No, a DevOps engineer in general is a very vast world. Okay, it involves writing script, making sure, like, to write the automations. It involves, of course, CI/CD, and the CI/CD phase itself you can do multiple ways. Just like you say uploading a file in S3, there are a lot of ways. Similarly, that CI/CD, there are a lot of CI/CD. For example, there is GitLab CI/CD, there is Bitbucket pipeline, there is GitHub Actions, there is AWS code pipeline along with other CI/CD tools. There is code commit, code build, and code deploy along with code pipeline. And say for Azure is Azure pipeline, maybe along with Azure repo. Now, see, just for the CI/CD itself, there are a lot of ways to do the CI/CD, isn't it? It's not just one single part. So you have to know a lot of stuff to do one single CI/CD. That's what I'm saying. And the moment the client asks you a question like, what should be the CI/CD process we should go for? If you have knowledge about or experience about only one, you can give them only one solution. But that might not be the best solution as per your experience or as per the requirement. But if you have multiple, at least 3 4 CI/CD process flow or knowledge, you can suggest them. Based on them, you got, maybe the code is in the GitHub, so it'll be better to use a GitHub action. Maybe the code, actually, the entire infra is hosted on AWS, so maybe it's better to use the AWS CI/CD tools or dev tools. So those things matter. It's not just one tool experience or one particular part experience. You have to have a very what are the tools available. You have to do your own research. That's also very important. Now, what are the other things? Now, let's come to the infra, the juicy part, I will say, the infra, because there you have the money. Okay, so if you see right now in the DevOps world, or even in the cloud world also, where or what is the most paying opportunities? If you go to freelancing site, the freelancer.com, or if you go to, let's say, any site, I mean any job providing site, and there you see the most top paying opportunity in DevOps field is the infra part. There are Jenkins, there are Ansible, there are a lot of stuff. But still, the most paying opportunity you will get in the Terraform or cloud formation or infra management part using automation. Okay, so that's the juicy secret. If nobody told you, I'm telling you. Okay, if you're in the DevOps field, if you want to get very very high salary, very high compensation, infra is the part. Okay, there is maybe other paying well, but not more than infra. Okay, infra part has a huge money. That's what I'm saying you. Now, why I'll be coming? Why they're paying you high? Of course, there is high stakes are high. That's why the risks are high. That's why the paying also high. Now, what you do actually in the infra part? First of all, the cloud infra as a part of DevOps, you use either Terraform or CloudFormation or Azure resources or maybe Pulumi. There are a lot of tools. Again, just to do a single job, you can do a lot of stuff. That I'm saying. So now you can deploy the infra different ways. Matter of the fact is that if you're working in a team, you should see what are the teams more comfortable with. If they're comfortable in Terraform, you should probably go for Terraform. If there is a hard written requirement that even if the team doesn't know Terraform, you know Terraform, you have to teach Terraform, then be it again, you have to work as per the requirement. But you should also look if the requirement is not clear or say it's just as you, I mean, it's your choice, then you should look for what are the option available, and based on the option available, you should make the decision. Okay. But in general, if it's about infra or maybe multi-cloud things are involved, you go for the Terraform. That's a de facto these days. Okay. And in the Terraform also, it's so vast. I mean, see, the thing is that Terraform is actually they're using ACL language, okay, HashiCorp language, and that's kind of in an overview, it's kind of a JSON code, your block of code you're running, okay. Now it's not exactly JSON. I'm saying it's nearer to JSON. You're writing and you're maybe the variables, maybe the code blocks. It's kind of that way. Exactly not that. Just giving you a very average idea. Now, or maybe YML, you can think of as a YML example, where it's more the human readable format. You're giving all the parameters and values, the keys and all. Okay, so in Terraform, it's mainly how it's handling different providers. Now, what are the providers? Either the top cloud service provider or maybe other services or service providers. For example, AWS is a provider, like they have their own repo that work with the AWS. AWS, I think there is examples also available, a lot of example available. You can go and check. So in general, providers are a way to interact with the interact with their APIs. So AWS have their own cloud services and all. They are the provider providing the access to AWS services. And AWS not same today. It will be not same exactly after 1 year. After 3 years, it might have add 100 more services. You don't know. Okay. Similarly, Google is a provider who is providing access to their APIs by some library or maybe say Terraform modules. Okay. Now think about very carefully. It's not just Terraform you're learning. You have to learn the cloud that you're going to work using Terraform. Don't just think that okay, I will learn Terraform the basics and I'll be able to do any cloud. That's not how it works. It works in a way you know already one cloud that you want to automate via Terraform, that you can do, not the reverse case here. Okay. So if you ask me that I want to learn Terraform, I would ask you which cloud you want to deploy your changes, or what is the target. I will ask you to learn the basic of the particular cloud. If it's AWS, I will ask you to learn about IAM. I'll ask you to learn about the networking using VPC. I will ask you about the storage, the S3, the instance, EBS volumes, all the basic stuff before you can jump on in a Terraform code if you're going to work with AWS. Similar way, if you are asking me to I want to work with GCP, then ask you okay, then learn about the computes, learn about how you are attaching the firewalls, then how you're attaching the say cloud storage and all. So again, based on the target service, again target I'm saying as AWS, Azure, could be GCP, could be Alibaba, could be Kubernetes. If you go to the particular site, there is a you search Terraform provider list, you will find the entire list. Okay, this is not a session about Terraform or something, but I want to say just an example. You can go and check it out. What I'm saying is that even learning Terraform, the expectation maybe okay, learning Terraform is enough, but in the reality, if you're coming into the infrastructure part, infrastructure automation part, or say deployment and all, you need to have the knowledge, very good knowledge in that particular cloud they're going to deploy the resources. Otherwise, it will be very tough for you. Okay. Now, does this mean that you need to know every single thing about the cloud? No. I mean, who does that? I mean, I also don't know every single thing about any cloud, be it Azure, be it GCP, or even AWS. Okay. I have a specialty, or I can say specialty knowledge. I know I can say I'm more skilled at container, serverless, say the compute part, the programming part, say Lambda part. So this kind of things are more. You can say my expertise grown there because I work on a lot of projects. Let's do that. Now, if suppose someone you asking me you work with some data, say data analysis or say quick side and all those kind of things, because I never worked that before, how can I give the solution immediately? I need to do some few days of research how to work with it. I have to learn the service first. Then I will make some demo application. Then I try to import the resource and try to make kind of in Terraform. Suppose I have to implement that, I will first create manually, then try to match what I did via Terraform code, and then only it's get in my head how to work with a particular service. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It doesn't has to that you have to know every single thing. No, just have idea about the basic services. That will be enough to get it started. Once you start, based on different project requirement will be different, then you have to learn different services. Otherwise you might never need to. For example, I work mostly with the EKS, the ECS, those kind of stuff. So at the beginning I had zero idea how to work with them. Even manually I also had no idea. I keep working on those, so I get used to that. Similar way I like keep using Terraform to implement those or deploy them. Then I learned, okay, how to do that in Terraform. Similarly, I use and in Ansible also I had to do deploy some Kubernetes jobs for the case. I had no idea at the beginning. Then also I keep doing that. It get to my head. So that's what I'm saying. So there are different things you have to learn just for one particular tool. Be it I given the example of Terraform. The same could be the case for Ansible or Jenkins. It's not about that one tool itself. It's about multiple services are available. You have to work in harmony with Jenkins or Terraform or Ansible with that particular cloud or other services. That's the reality. It's not just about one tool as expecting. It's multiple array of services that you have to work with. That's what I wanted to say today. Okay. Now, what other stuff? Okay. Okay. One thing is that there are will be while you having multiple tasks, people expect that okay, uh, one time at a one task at a once. I mean, or maybe one task at a time. That kind of stuff. But unfortunately, in the reality, you will have multiple tasks in hand. You have to learn or you have to understand how to prioritize a task. What are the P0 of the priority one task? You have to do that first, then come the secondary priority task. Okay. Now, how to prioritize is based on your project manager, your senior leader, or whatever you're getting the requirement from them. It's you can ask them like what is the first priority. That's what I do in any interview, not interview, in any call, in the team call I have. I ask them like what has to do first. Based on that, I will start with that. I will try to complete as soon as possible. Then I'll go for the next part. Okay, not jump the gun and do. You should never do the least priority tasks first. That's the um, bad decision ever you can make. Okay, don't do that. You do what is the priority, get it first. Or also, or like if it's a 1 minute, 2 minute, or maybe 5-10 minute task, you can do that. That's fine. Doing the quicker task first, that is also fine. But if it's a bigger task that is a later priority, don't do that the first. Do the first priority task, then go for the later priority tasks. So priority management is also required. So why I told you, see, certification is one stuff. Having this experience, hands-on, time management, task management, priority management, then understanding how the real world works. Like it's not just one task or one particular tool. It's combination of multiple services that actually help you to get the job done. That is the important part. That is the reality you have to face when you have to go for a job. Now, why like the basic question I will come back again. Why I start the session? I mean, I had a plan to skip today's session and just edit the video that I'm going to release tomorrow. That's based on the Jenkins with Jenkins automation using Python. That I had to do. But why I still decided, okay, I will do that maybe tomorrow morning or maybe tomorrow afternoon time, is that I want to do. I'm getting a lot of questions that, or not just question. I'm getting a lot of queries or suggest they're asking suggestions that they are getting certified, be it AWS, even DevOps professional certification or solution architect, or maybe they have very good idea on all the DevOps tools, still not getting job. I mean, if they have really good idea about everything, why still not getting job? First of all, if you have the real experience, if you have some practical experience, nobody in any particular field, if you're with a long time, nobody can hold you to get a job. That I can guarantee. Okay. But if you have only theoretical knowledge, or you get the knowledge by unfair means, not the knowledge, you get the prerequisites of the certification by unfair means, which I never suggest anyway, that is not accepted, or that they will sense. I mean, don't think interviewer, technical interviewers are not novice people sitting there. They are, most of the cases, very experienced people, have all certification, have all the proper experience and everything. Okay, they have everything. It's just that they are evaluating you not just based on certification, not just based on a theoretical knowledge. They want to see what you are actually capable of. Okay, that's how the real world works. Now, suppose you have certification, you know only the tools, and you are going for the interview. Most of the cases, maybe you are given 20 interview, 30 interview, or every interview you are getting rejected. The reason being, you didn't try it properly, or you didn't think of the use cases that you are facing in the interview. And what's so wrong about that? Suppose you are getting in a 30, even 30 or more interview, and you are still not able to figure out how to land a job in DevOps or any particular field. What the wrong you're doing is that you are not keeping note of the questions. If you're not practicing what they're asking. So the trick here, whatever question you get asked in the interviews, come to home, or maybe when in the way home, you're sitting in the bus or sit in a car, whatever it is, have your note ready, be in written, be in your notebook or in your laptop, write the questions immediately. Otherwise, you'll forget. If the moment you come home tired, you get some drink water, you have some food, you talk with family, and boom, you forget what are the questions. Most of the cases, like, again, people have different capabilities. One people can remember 10 years back things, one people can forget today's event as well. Okay, so it depends, but the smart thing to do, keep note of that. And just after some taking some rest and all, you start searching the questions in internet. 99% cases you will get the answer. And keep, like, practice it, what they ask, how to do it, practice it. Okay, then if you keep doing that, in, say, after giving 10-20 interviews anyway, like, you know most of the questions, what are the format, how to give the answer, you already know all that. The next one will be success. If you next try the next 10 interviews, at least 2-3 will get selected. Okay, that's, I mean, even suppose, even for me also, say, I look a job for after 4 years, okay, or maybe 5 years, then, and I'm not giving a lot of interviews in this 5 years, then first interview, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe just even 15 or 16 interview also I'm failing. Maybe I'm failing, but I'm keeping a note of everything what I'm not able to answer, or what they like, what I was feared and all. I will keep a note of that. I'll do a lot of practice, so that in 16, 17, or maybe 20th, or maybe 21st, whatever next, I'll be able to get it. Okay, so it's all about the practice. It's all about the more hands-on, more your research work than actually failing the interviews, or maybe just appearing in the interviews. Okay, interview, keep giving. See, the big, I mean, I have seen a lot of people in LinkedIn also, most of the cases, share the real experience where they tried for 30 companies or 40 companies. Even they're working in Google or in Microsoft, they're getting rejected in 90% of companies. They're getting only 5-6 offers. That's the reality. That's how it really happens. It doesn't matter you are a engineer of Google, or engineer at Adobe, or engineer at Microsoft, and you will get job in every other company. No, every company have its own requirement and own question procedure and own kind of selection process. If you fit in that, if you have the knowledge, experience, hands-on experience and everything, then only you get the opportunity, not the either way. Okay, so just mind, make sure it's not certification, it's not just article you read. Of course it's the article, of course it's certification, but at the same time, to practice it, it's not just you keep learning and learning and learning, and the end you forgetting every single thing. That's not how it works. It's learning, trying, then learning, then trying. And in this process, you fail even 100 times, you have to still try and get out of the failure part. If you suppose I get a problem, and I keep giving, like, keep trying and trying, I will definitely find the answer. So that's how you have to try it out and find the answer out of that. Okay, that's very important. Now, another thing is that, suppose that in different interviews they're asking about some kind of code sharing, or maybe the last employer's code, or last employer secret. Three mentees last year did one wrong thing. out of say around 100, that they shared their company secret, not I will say pure secret, but some kind of procedure, some share some code, and ultimately they got rejected. You know the why? The reason is they didn't able to maintain the confidentiality. So suppose I have worked with a lot of companies, okay, and I'm going to give interview in a very good company, and that company interviewer asked me to share the code or some insider news for that particular past company. The moment I share the news with the new company leader or say hiring manager, he or she understand I'm not the right person, the right cultural fit for the company, because I am willing to sell the company, other company's secret, which is bad, right? Nobody want an employee like that. You are doing for to come in new company, you are doing the wrong thing in the past company. In the next company, you move on, you will do the same thing with the new company, right? They know that kind of mentality. So it's no, so that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of factors. It's not about certification. It's not about the theoretical knowledge. Even sometimes not just about the experience. It's about some attitude or some behavioral part or cultural part that also can make you not selected for the job. So understand how the everything's work all together. If you are failing in an interview, in you must ask them the reason they are rejecting you. Maybe people will never reply or don't give feedback, but if you're able to get a feedback, that's really positive part. I definitely say is that part. Okay. Oh, I have covered a lot of things. So now I hope that you understand the differences between the expectation of having a certification only and reality of like having experience and kind of how to handle the task and everything. There's a lot to handle. Uh, Especially, I'm saying for senior positions, you think that senior people know every single thing. They will do the task quickly and they will not have not pressure, right? But the reality is that there also they get the task super complicated that a junior or mid level can't do. That's why they're hiring senior people. That's why they're hiring senior people to lead the junior or mid level people to get the team goal done. Okay, so don't think it's a senior people's are kind of very free guy, kind of can do handle every single thing very easy for them. No, they also have to put a lot of efforts, lot of research, and lot of searching, lot of things. Okay, to get the things done. It's not that easy. Okay, so you understand the reality. Both are how it's required, and to pass, like to get a gateway or get pass, you need certification, you need theoretical knowledge because they will be asking over the phone on all that, and you need practical experience and hands-on so that you can pass the technical interviews. Okay, both are important, but if you ask me what is the part you should focus more, I will say hands-on part, because you can learn from a lot of resources, lot of sources, but if you don't practice, you will eventually forget. So practice it and gain the experience, make your own portfolio, share with other people. And of course, I think I miss the sharing part, that suppose you keep it to all yourself. Okay, you're learning something, you're keeping all yourself. If you don't start writing or sharing about that to other places, you will never know what is the defect on your learning. Suppose you learn about one particular service, be the AWS. Okay, you know the classes. Okay, you are writing one particular article or maybe you are describing something, you written something. Okay, you if you don't write, you don't get feedback. If you write it down and share with other people, someone saw it, someone saw, okay, one issue could be in your writing, maybe typo, or maybe your grammatical mistakes, or maybe your conceptual mistakes. Most cases they actually reply, or either personally reply or maybe in the comment section they simply reply, this is wrong or this is not good. You get the feedback, and the feedbacks help you in a really great way to improve further. If you keep it to all yourself, you don't know where to improve or how to improve and all for. But if you share the people, get the feedbacks, you know exactly where to improve on. So you gather all other people experience to make yourself a better person, or in kind of professional or even personal development. So both are required. Okay. So one person saying yes, experienced people are like there you go, they put a lot of efforts as well. So now is the comment time, and I will read all the comments. If you have any question in mind, you feel free to ask me. You have I think I will just answer all the questions. I think today I have time, so I'll definitely answer all the questions that you might have one by one. Okay. Okay, first one is Amit Joshi. They're saying, hi sir, my question will be, Does certification help in getting DevOps role in big companies or outside of India? Certification will help you only getting a job interview. Okay. Now to pass the job interview, you need skills, you need experience, you need to pass on the technical interview. That means you need to have solid understanding the theoretical as well as the practical part that you have done in the past. So both matters, okay, not just certification. Of course, certification might help you to get the opportunity, but to pass the interview, you need real good experience. Okay. Yeah, this can. That's the thing. Okay, that's good. Sir, it's Sajal Gokul Jivi said, can you help me? Sure, Sajal, let me know whatever the question you might have. I will definitely answer. And if it's not possible to post publicly, of course you can post in LinkedIn. Again, I am really busy these guys from last few months. I'm really busy. Things getting not so easy yet, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully soon I will get a bit more free and I will do a lot of other content creation stuff. But these days, family, little baby, then yeah, company taxation and all that. I never had any idea before. Uh, a lot of stuff going on, so my time become a bit limited. Okay, but yeah, definitely I have planned to do a lot more. At least the content side, the course part, I have a lot of things to do. I have gathered a lot more knowledge than last 6 months, so I would love to share all that. Of course, keeping the company secrets and all. Okay, it's Himanshu Thakur saying that how valuable is GCP or A certification? Now, I think associate cloud certification you're saying is good. I mean, say if it's a Google Cloud engineer or architect they're hiring for, that could be the associate certification they might seek. So it's good. But again, certification just certificates a piece of paper if you don't have the actual knowledge. So get certificate, gets real good hands-on. Try to, if you are position, I mean, if you're trying to get to top position, all try to do automate via scripting or maybe Terraform, Ansible, use those kind of thing to get better positions. Okay. Yes, someone I don't know what's the who's the user. It's saying LinkedIn users saying that certification doesn't help. It's a bonus experience is important. Yes, so it's not just certification. Ultimately, again, what a piece of paper. Just something that shows that you have uh, gone through a process to reform yourself in something. Right now, it says that, I mean, ultimately in simple language, it said that you worked too hard to get certification and you learn something in this journey. So that learning part, that is the experience this LinkedIn is trying to explain. So that is the journey you go through to get certified. The learning is very important. That actually, I don't know if I shared it much or not, but around 7 8 years back, I had zero idea in AWS. Actually, I joined AWS Kolkata group just to hire a AWS engineer, and that's the real story. Okay, there is sort of there is I don't forgot the exact name. I remember the sort of I asked the person to say some person, and I'm asking other people also. And that day I learned that okay, cloud engineer is getting paid more than me. I said, what? I'm having 3 4 experience and I'm getting so less. 1 2 year experience cloud guy having getting double of my salary. That triggered me. Of course, the interest. This is interesting. Of course, cloud and DevOps is interesting, but that triggered me. Of course, you need to have some money target also, right? It's of course learning target plus money target. You're not working for free for any company. You're working for money also. The company's demand, of course. So there I get to know that okay, cloud engineer, DevOps engineer is getting paid really well. So I was actually looking for a guy to hire in like that time, whatever company I'm working for. That it triggered me. Say I asked the company, see, give me some time, 2 3 months extra. I will learn it and I will do deployment, do your cloud stuff, I will do everything. Okay, and that company agreed. Okay, so then what I did in the next few months, I mean, I didn't know even certification also. In that event or in the AWS Kolkata first, I think it was the first meetup. There, once I attended and I get to know about all the certification process and every single thing, and that is a turning point of my life. I mean, I started getting, there was programming jobs good, but it was not that much rewarding. But the moment I have the programming experience, I got AWS certified, and I suddenly I started getting a lot of opportunities because at that time there was not much certified people. Okay, and suddenly I started getting big projects, and wow, those were this compensation was something. Okay, I did able to do a lot of stuff with that money. Now, what I'm saying that one particular point attending a meetup and like AWS Kolkata group meetup and learning the in that process. I mean, the most part was that AWS IoT, how to work with WebSocket. Even I work. I mean, I get opportunity in that also. What the topic I was attending, even from the same person, one person in the company, I mean not the company, that particular group meet, and I was asking question that triggered the person who, while I was asking question, later he contacted me. So you're working in WebSockets? I say, yeah, I'm working in WebSockets for the last 3 4 years. Say, would you like to join one project? Then maybe small project, 3 4 months. I mean, I joined that project, and it was a US project and got a lot of money. So small stuff can turn your life in a bigger way. So you have to be always, proactive, learn things, get certified. Getting certified was lucky for me. I got integrated. Of course, there was an interview process and everything. They didn't just give me job because I was certified, but I did able to get it. That was a very good project. Helped me to do a lot of stuff with the learning, with the compensation, everything. So that matters. Okay. Yeah. If you are doing certification via the wrong means, you're cheating. Don't do that. It's Ankit saying that experience matter nowadays. Companies are promoting certification because they are good. Okay, I'm coming to that. Okay, this is very important, and that might be actually a very good way to get a job as well. So there are different companies. Okay, but in this different companies want to get really good high paying contract projects from top cloud providers. So suppose there is client A and there is company B. In between there is say C or D, whatever it is, AWS or any cloud. The client reaching out to AWS asking, okay, we have to do migration project or we want to do project, and say AWS or any cloud is in asking other client. I mean, this companies, the partner companies, that do you have availability? Can you take on this project? So this way, the entire economy working, okay, for the migration or maybe new projects, right? Because AWS have limited resources, not or any cloud have limited resources. They cannot do all these migration projects. A lot of companies line up, right? They can handle support it, but they cannot do the entire completion by themselves. They need partners. That is where the partner companies comes, be it Accenture, be it TCS, be it ABCD, XYZ. A lot of companies are there. Okay, if you go to AWS official site with there's a partners. If you go to partners, you'll see long list of all the partners. Okay, I'm just saying the popular names. You can just go there and check out the names that you like. A lot of names. Okay. Now, what I'm saying, it's a good opportunity also. Suppose you are looking for a DevOps job or a cloud job and you have the certification, you have higher chances of getting a job in these partner companies because they're always looking for certified people. So the number of certified people they can show, and they can get gold, platinum, bronze, whatever is their partnership levels with one particular cloud, so that they can these partner companies can get bigger, really great compensation projects. That's their goal, right? Getting very great projects and then like complete it and get the money, right? So that's a good way, right, to get a job offer quickly. Okay, so yeah, Ankit put it really great way. Yes, their companies promote certification for that partnership part as well. So it's Ankit Tiwari saying that what about the Azure certification? Again, all certification have value, be it Azure, be it Google GCP, be it AWS certification. Every certification have value till you go through the certification process, learning process to get certified, and you internalize it. Otherwise, there is no value. So yeah, certification has value. If you go for any Azure admin opportunity and all, there is minimum requirement for Azure. I think as minimum there is foundation level. I think I forgot the code. That one, and expert, it's a senior position that they need an expert level certification. That I read somewhere. Okay, I'm not an Azure expert. That I should not give you that kind of suggestions. But yeah, this is what the overview looks like. Nowadays, if you see Terraform certification, a joke in the real. Terraform is highly demanded, but in it has no comparison certification at all. See the certificate. Okay, sorry, let me laugh first. So the certification, if you have zero idea, exact zero knowledge, you will fail definitely in Terraform certification. But if you have very basic knowledge, at least the overview theoretical part, you will 100% will get certified in this Terraform certification. See, AWS is of course complicated. It's a challenging certification journey, but in Terraform, it's really easy. It's not complicated at all. If you just read the theory, even if you just go to my channel and follow my video that is in the front page, you will definitely 100% pass. That's so easy passing a Terraform certification. But yeah, AWS, Azure, or GCP certification passing is still a bit challenging than Terraform. That's the reality. Okay. Again, this is my personal opinion that I felt so far also. Certification requirement or progress for the two hired. Yeah, I mean there are many opportunities where the company will ask you to get certified, to get better projects and can give you sometimes promotion to other position as well. So it's good. I mean there are some companies, not all companies do that, but some companies do that. Okay, so yeah, might help you getting a job interview, but not actual job. That's what I'm also saying. Is it a recorded video? Yeah, in the LinkedIn as well as in the YouTube, both you will get a recorded version of this video, so you can watch it anytime. Okay, it's Eric saying I'm enjoying it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. It's Dushmantu saying that I have 7 year experience Java and right now want to switch to DevOps as well. Is it a good decision to go ahead? See, DevOps is really a great opportunity in a lot of areas. There is, I mean, many, not many, multiple companies in many geolocations hiring for DevOps engineer. So we will, of course, get a DevOps opportunity. But the thing is that you need to have all the tools and like I think I already told about the tools that you need. Those tools and knowledge you will need. If you have that, if you have the hands-on experience, if you have the proper experience, you already have 7 experience in Java, but it will require, of course, a lot more than that to get a DevOps position because Java programming is different than a DevOps opportunities out there. So you already might know that. Just yes, and on the DevOps tools, DevOps methodologies, microservices, serverless, monitoring, CI/CD, and all that, and different tools like Jenkins, Ansible, Terraform, and all that. Because if you do that, you will hopefully get a very good opportunity. Okay. It's Saruk saying that thanks for sharing. Isn't that to help? Yeah, Piyush, how are you? Hope you're doing good. It's Anne saying that thanks for sharing. Always happy to help. It's I agree. Seniors also. Yeah, I think that I already covered. Um, what do you think about the investment and certification? See, it's investment on your learning rather than your investment in certification. Now, certification, of course, is challenge. You're passing one challenge. You're investing in your learning. You put money to get certified. That gives you value in different interviews. Again, gate as a gate pass. Okay, but it's actually behind the scenes is your investment on your knowledge, right? Or different courses to get certified about, right? So that's what more important. Mm, yeah, I get to see this week. Yes, I am missing. I was missing last many weeks. I think multiple weeks in between. I missed doing the sessions, but hopefully I'll be back on track. So it's Amit Singh saying that how valuable the receipt open certificate if someone is working production. Yeah, if you're working in production supporting OpenShift, it's really great to have Redshift OpenShift certificate. Also, I would suggest to go for the Red Hat certification. That is also, I mean, other certification also will be good. Okay. Yes, I'm saying that she still believes that hands-on give edge more in getting job faster and passing the interview. That's the reality. Okay, I think that's all the questions. Oh, we have completed the session exactly dot 1 hour. That's achievement, guys. Okay, good. And yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow's video on Jenkins automation with Python. I mean, I recorded the video, but editing is pending. That takes a lot of time. Okay, so be patient. I am hoping to release on 7:30 tomorrow. It's good thing that recordings are done. Just some editing, maybe take you a few hours, but that'll be good enough. If you have any more question, feel free to let me know in the comment sections, or maybe reach out to me LinkedIn messaging. And if you are watching in LinkedIn, don't forget to follow. I mean, I would love to see people following, asking their question and reaching out to me. And if you're watching on YouTube, do subscribe on my YouTube channel, because see, tomorrow I'm going to release one video. So you might be excited about that. If you are interested in cloud and DevOps or in the programming, because I cover mainly three parts. Okay. Okay. See you all tomorrow in my recorded session. I hopefully watch it. Okay. Bye. Okay, man. Bye, everyone. Okay. And yeah, I hope that you guys are enjoying the holidays. I'm enjoying actually. Now, right now, my daughter is actually outside the door and she's like doing some knocks, asking when I will end my session and have some spend some time with her. So yeah, I'm going to spend my time with my daughter.